Hello, metalheads. Good morning. Hope you're having a great weekend. This is Metal Matt, Metal Underground. I'm back with my second video, and today I wanted to focus on some really great unsigned underground bands that I believe deserve a little time in the spotlight and some more notoriety. And as such, I'm sporting a VHS shirt, a great death grind, horror death grind band out of neighboring city, Thunder Bay, Ontario. And they're amazing. They're currently getting some assistance from some small labels. And but yeah, I mean, these guys, I expect big things from them, and everything they've released so far I've absolutely loved. And yeah, so if you love horror themed grindcore, check these guys out. VHS, you can find them on Bandcamp. Great site, you can find so much on it, so if you haven't been there before, check it out. Okay, so let's get started. The first band is from Indiana, United States. They are Skeleton Wolf. So, I mean, just look at the artwork right there. That's what really first got me into this band, was the artwork. I mean, more often than not, like, I mean, before there was the internet, before everything was online, you had to go to brick and mortar record stores to buy music. And I still do, believe me, they're out there and you should support them. But they're just unfortunately not as prevalent as they used to be. And back then, when you bought music, you typically didn't know what you were always getting into, so you had to kind of make judgment calls, and you did that a lot of times, especially with heavy metal, based on the artwork. And album art, as far as I'm concerned, is still one of my favorite parts of heavy metal. I mean, like, the artwork it just completes the package, especially when it comes to vinyl, because the artwork is just so big and impressive, and oh god, you love it. So anyways, Skeleton Wolf. These guys are a three-piece. They play a black thrash hybrid, you know, similar to like Goat Whore, Skeleton Witch. Very much their own unique sound, though. They've been active since about 2015. This is their first and only release so far. It was released in 2016, self-titled. Yeah, so you can go to their website. It's skeletonwolf.com to pick up a copy, and I'm sure they have other merch available. You know, like, it's metal. There's got to be a T-shirt, right? And with killer artwork like that, it'll be definitely one worth picking up. Now, the members of the band consist of, let's see, Jake Mason, Brett Schlegel, and Tim Green. And these three guys, they got together and they formed something special. So the fact that they aren't signed yet, I'm not sure if it's just by choice, because they're fucking more than good enough to be signed. But, you know, in this day and age, you don't have to be signed to put your music out there, which is kind of nice. You know, like, if you want to go to that next level, it's available to you. But yeah, I mean, you can always self-release, and these guys are doing it great. Especially when I got that in the mail. I mean, they really went all out in terms of the packaging. I mean, it was very impressive. All right, next up, another thrash band, this time out of Boston, Massachusetts. This one here is called Black Mass. This is their EP called The Second Coming. This was originally a demo that came out in 2012. This version here came out in 2013. Once again, you gotta love that artwork. Just really killer artwork. Now, these guys are more of a traditional, like, just heavy, brutal thrash. I'd say very in the same vein as Slayer, focusing on war, death, all those vices that make the world go round. And yeah, so these guys are once again another unsigned band that I think really should be signed. They are that good. They recently released, back in 2015, so just a couple years back, their first full length, which I'm kind of like kicking myself I still haven't picked up, which I will. But it's Ancient Scriptures. Great album. It really kind of picks up on the strengths from the EP and just steamrolls and goes forward from there. So, just a great band. Worth checking out. I love them. So next up, though, we're going to be moving now into the sludge doom territory, so bear with me here. I love it. I'm a huge fan of so many different styles of metal, but sludge doom is a particular favorite of mine. This band here is from Antioch, California. They are called Demon Smoke, right here. The album is called Morphine Moonshine, and you gotta love that little green cassette there. But so this was a self-released tape for the album. So far, this is their only full length, but I'm sure that's going to be changing because I know the band is repping up for a new album. Now, this is another great three-piece band. I don't know what it's three-piece, but yeah, so you got Bug on bass, you got Mitch on drums, and Vinny on guitars. And, oh, no, my mistake, this is a four-piece. You also have Cameron on vocals. Okay, four-piece. But, yeah, great band. They get their namesake, Demon Smoke, from another excellent band, which is probably one of the things that kind of keyed me into this band, was the fact that they're named after the debut album of another great band band that I love so much. They're out of Montreal, Quebec, called Dope Throne. Dope Throne, if you're not familiar with them, I'll do an episode or like a video just on them on its own, because they're just that fucking amazing, and they've released a bunch of albums, and they're not unsigned, so I'm not going to go too in depth, but just put it this way, the fact that they took their name off of their debut album says volumes. But alright, let's move on to the next band. So next up we have Navajo Witch. Now Navajo Witch is based out of Johnson City, Tennessee, and they came out with this EP right here. It's a good one, called Skinwalker. And you just look at the artwork there. I mean, the artwork is fucking phenomenal. Like, all these releases have great artwork, but I love this artwork. It's just, you can tell right away you're getting into some pretty sludgy, doomy territory with, like, some pagan voodoo crazy crap going on in that image. Love it. Now, this is a three-piece, unlike my previous little boner. This one is comprised of Dylan, Ross, and Alan, bass, drums, guitars. And these three guys come together and they just make some absolutely insanely crushing music. And it just, you gotta listen, you gotta hear it to really kind of grasp it. But so after the Skinwalker album, the EP, they came out with this one right here, and it's called Ghost Sickness. Another great album cover, and once again, you know right away you're getting into the Doom territory. And I love the fact that they mixed the Doom with the sludge. And I mean, there is similarities between Doom and sludge, but when you combine the two together, you just get some seriously murky, brutal music. And yeah, just great stuff. So those are the four bands I wanted to feature today, and I have many more to come up in future episodes, so I don't want to drag on too long. But anyways, it's been fun, and I hope if any of you out there haven't heard of these bands and you really enjoy what you listen to from them, then hey, bonus, I've done my job. I just really hope that these guys, you know, if they choose to, eventually get signed and, you know, start to get, and like, I'm kind of, in a way, this is ulterior motives. I really want some of these to be released on vinyl. I really do. And it's not easy to self-release on vinyl. It really isn't. It takes a lot of commitment and monetary investment, and it's not easy. Cassette and CD is the easiest way when you're doing self-release. So, yeah, ulterior motives. I want them to get signed I want vinyl copies. So, no. Anyhow, adios. Talk to you later.